I'm doing a video series on little books. I have a lot of little books in my collection. But I picked a pretty place that I think is going to be pretty quiet for our little book. And I'm just going to read as I walk. This book is called How to Walk. Okay, so we've got some nice illustrations in this little book. This little book has little pages, nice and big words, big print, and it's from Parallax Press, Berkeley, California. Contents: notes on walking and walking meditation. The first thing to do is to lift your foot. Breathe in. Put your foot down in front of you. First your heel and then your toes. Breathe out. Feel your feet solid on the earth. You have already arrived. We frequently walk with the sole purpose of getting from one place to another. But where are we in between? With every step, we can feel the miracle of walking on solid ground. We can arrive in the present moment with every step. When we first learned to walk, we walked just to enjoy walking. We walked and discovered each moment as we encountered it. We can learn to walk that way again. Notes on walking. Notes on walking. You have arrived. When you walk, arrive with every step. That is walking meditation. There's nothing else to it. I'm going to do that in a minute. Arriving with every step. It really puts my mind in a place of now. There is only now. And it feels eternal. It feels like I'm walking and time doesn't exist. Even though I feel only the moment of time that I'm in. But it feels so big that I'm not moving through it, if that makes sense. Let's read more. Why walk? People ask me, why do you do walking meditation? The best answer I can give is because I like it. Every step makes me happy. There's no use in doing walking meditation if you're not going to enjoy every step you make. It would be a waste of time. The same thing is true with sitting meditation. If someone asked, what's the use of sitting for hours and hours? The best answer is, because I like sitting. Sitting and walking can bring peace and joy. We have to learn how to sit and walk so that we can produce peace and joy during the time of sitting or the time of walking. We have to learn to walk so that we can enjoy every step. Mindfulness and concentration can bring a higher quality to our breath, to to our sitting and to our steps. Arriving. One of the most profound teachings is also the shortest. I have arrived. When we return to our breathing, we return to the present moment, our true home. There's no need for us to struggle to arrive somewhere else. We know our final destination is the cemetery. Why are we in a hurry to get there? Why not step in the direction of life, which is in the present moment? If we practice walking meditation for even a few days, we will undergo a deep transformation and learn how to enjoy peace in each moment. We smile, and countless beings throughout the cosmos smile back at us. Our peace is so deep. Everything we think, feel, and do has an effect on our ancestors and future generations, and reverberates throughout the cosmos. Practicing joy. We may think of joy as something that happens spontaneously. Few people realize that it needs to be cultivated and practiced in order to grow. Mindfulness is the continuous practice of deeply touching every moment of daily life. To be mindful is to be truly present with your body and your mind, to bring harmony to your intentions and actions, and to be in harmony with those around you. We don't need to make a separate time for this outside of our daily activities. We can practice mindfulness in every moment of the day as we walk from one place to another. When we walk through a door, we know that we're going through a door. Our minds are with our actions. I like to think about what the mind is. Where does my mind end and your mind begin? This question for you. Walking on planet Earth. Walking on this planet is a very wonderful thing to do. When astronauts return to Earth, one of the things that they're most happy to do is to take a walk. Coming back to their home, they can enjoy the grasses, the plants, the flowers, the animals, and the birds with each step. How long do you think they enjoy walking on the Earth after they've returned from space? I'd guess that the first 10 days are wonderful, but eventually they get used to it. And maybe a year later, they don't feel as happy as they did in the first few moments, in the first few months after coming home. Every time we take a step on this earth, we can appreciate the solid ground underneath us. I walk for you. Many of my ancestors and many of my friends from my generation have already passed away. A good friend of mine is in a wheelchair and can't walk. Another friend has such pain in his knees that he can't walk up and down stairs. So I walk for them. When I breathe in, I say to myself, it's wonderful that I am still able to walk like this. With that awareness, I can enjoy every step. I say, I am alive. Mindfulness reminds me to notice and enjoy that my body is alive and strong enough for me to walk. Sleepwalking. We are in such a rush, looking for happiness in one place and then another. We walk like sleepwalkers, without any enjoyment of what we are actually doing. We are walking, but in our minds we are already doing something else, planning, organizing, worrying. There is no more need to run. Every time we return our attention to our breath and our steps, it's as if we wake up. Every step brings us back to the here and the now. We can touch the earth and see the sky and notice all the wonders in between. In each step there is the possibility of mindfulness, concentration, and insight. Give this tree a little brush. It's soft. Enlightenment. To enjoy walking meditation isn't difficult at all. You don't need 10 years of practicing mindfulness. You don't need 10 years of practicing mindful walking to be enlightened. You need only a few seconds. You just need to become aware that you're walking. Awareness is already enlightenment. Each of us is capable of being mindful of our in-breath and our out-breath. When you breathe in, be aware that you're breathing in. Be aware that you have a body. That you're breathing in and nourishing that body. Be aware that your feet are strong enough for you to enjoy walking. That is also enlightenment. When you breathe out, be aware of the air leaving your body. Be aware that you are alive. This awareness can bring you so much happiness. Roadblock. Water damaged. Walking in the airport. You might hear planes. I'm sure you would in the airport. Keep going on this one. Squirrel. Let's get back to our little book. Oh, it's so pretty here. Pretty. Good. We must go look at this, eh? Slip. When I go to the airport, I like to arrive early so that I can do walking meditation before the flight. About 30 years ago, I was walking in the Honolulu airport. Someone came up to me and asked, "Who are you? What is your spiritual tradition?" I said, "Why do you ask?" And he said, "Because I see that the way you walk is so different than the way others walk. It's so peaceful and relaxed." He had approached me simply because of the way I walked. I hadn't given a speech or a conference. With every step you make, you can create peace within yourself and give joy to other people. Climbing the mountain. Walking with our little book, 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 by the little brook, walking with our little book, walk beside the little brook. If you want, you can look. Climbing the mountain. I once traveled with a delegation to China and climbed Wutai Shan, a famous mountain there. The path to the top is very steep, and usually people arrive exhausted. There are 1,080 steps to climb. Before setting out, I suggested our delegation breathe, make a step, relax, breathe, make another step, and relax. Our intention was to climb the mountain in a way that we could enjoy each moment of the climbing. Every 10 steps or so, we would sit down, look around, breathe, and smile. We didn't need to arrive. We arrived in every step, with peace, stillness, solidity, and freedom. When we got to the top, everybody was so happy and full of energy. Every step, even uphill, can bring mindfulness, concentration, joy, and insight. Climbing these steps. Step, relax, step, relax, step. Sit down, step, 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 sit down. Walking with Daniel Berrigan. Berrigan. I'll say it as Berrigan. One day in New York City, I invited Daniel Berrigan, the Catholic father, poet, and peace activist, to go for a walk in Central Park. I told him no talking, just walking. Father Berrigan is much taller than I am, and his legs are very long. One of his steps was equal to 2 of mine. We started out together, but after a few steps, he was way ahead. When he turned around and saw I wasn't next to him, he stopped and waited. I didn't rush. I was determined to walk slowly and mindfully at my own pace. I was determined to pay close attention to my steps and breath. Otherwise, I knew I would lose myself and get carried away in the idea that there was a rush. Each time I caught up, we would walk together for a little while, and then he would get in front again. Each time I would keep my own pace. Later he came to visit me in France, and he had a chance to learn and practice walking meditation. He was able to walk without rushing, even when he returned to New York. Walking in beauty. You can walk mindfully on the busiest street. Sometimes, though, it's helpful to practice in a park or some other beautiful, quiet place. Walk slowly, but not so slowly that you draw too much attention to yourself. This is a kind of invisible practice. Enjoy nature and your own serenity without making others uncomfortable or making a show of it. If you see something that you want to stop and appreciate, the blue sky, the hills, a tree or a bird, just stop. Continue to breathe in and out mindfully. If we don't continue to breathe consciously, sooner or later our thinking will settle back in and the bird and the tree will disappear. Running. In every one of us, there's a tendency to run. There's a belief that happiness is not possible here and now. So we have the tendency to run into the future in order to look for happiness. That habit energy may have been transmitted to us by our father, our mother, or our ancestors. Running has become a habit. Even in our dreams, we continue to run and look for something. The practice of mindfulness helps. It helps us to stop running and see that everything we have been looking for is here. Many of us have been running all our lives. Our mindful step can help us to stop running. When the mind is focused on breathing and walking, we are unifying body, speech, and mind, and we are already home. Place to place. It is possible to enjoy every step we make, not only during walking meditation, but at any time, whenever you need to move from one place to another place, no matter how short the distance is. If you're walking 5 steps, then walk those 5 steps mindfully, feeling your stability with every step. When you climb the stairs, climb each step with joy. With each step, you can generate your best energy and transfer it out into the world. That's the whole point of being gentle. Transmitting energy so you don't fall. Radiate gentleness. I like that. Energy radiates. Energy radiates. The sun hits us with low entropy and we transfer it into high entropy. Silence. In Plum Village, the practice center where I live in southwest France, we don't talk when we walk. This helps us fully enjoy walking 100%. If you talk a lot, then it's difficult for you to experience your steps deeply, and you won't enjoy them very much. The same is true when you drink a cup of tea. If you're concentrated and you focus your attention on the cup of tea, then the cup of tea becomes a great joy. Mindfulness and concentration bring about pleasure and insight. Right now, I'm going to take a break and walk in silence, as suggested. Enjoy the silent walking. you so much for walking with me through the canyon.